Hey, Paul Nichols, the Investor Coach. Happy New Year. Hope this finds you well. I wanted to offer you a little meat for a New Year's resolution this year, and I'm going to ask you to accept the 30-day challenge. I learned this about 20 years ago as a young man. A very successful individual I got an opportunity to counsel with a little bit, told me that I was not a very good steward of my money. I was very upset about this because I always felt I was a good steward, and he said, well, if you feel like you're a good steward, prove it. Take the 30-day challenge. And I said, what did you mean? He goes, well, I want you to write down every penny you spend. A pack of gum, a cup of coffee, a sandwich, and I'd like you to look at the end of the month and see how much money you've really spent in areas you never thought you were spending them in. Ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't making that much money in my early 20s, and I'll tell you, I was spending a lot more than I thought I was. And what's interesting about this is I became more cognizant before I reached into my pocket when I took that 30-day challenge, because I started realizing, you know what, these nickels and dimes and quarters, now dollars for a pack of gum, add up. So you know what I did after I took that challenge? What I did was I said, you know what, instead of whenever I'd go out in that day and maybe I was going to reach in my pocket to get a Frappuccino or something, I would say, you know what, I'm not going to buy that today. When I got home, I'd take that money and put it in the jar. What's fun is, by the end of the month, I had a fair amount of money. I had enough money to go out to a movie and dinner, just some money that I was normally spending every day and not realizing it. So I challenge you to take the 30-day challenge. Have you ever tracked where your spending really is going? And by the way, for those of you that have a difficult time setting up a budget, the easiest way to do it, look at your credit card statements, your checking for all of last year, 2008, and find out where your money's really going. When you go to setting up a budget, the hard thing about setting up a budget is some of the areas that are fluid, like entertainment, you know. Sometimes we go out, sometimes we don't. What I encourage you to do is when you set up a budget, put a dollar amount on that. For example, if your entertainment budget for the month is $100 and you spend it by the 15th, that's it. It's peanut butter and crackers the rest of the month. You know what I'm saying? The 11th commandment, thou shalt not fake thyself out. It's often us faking ourselves out sometimes when it comes to managing our money. I encourage you to take the 30-day challenge. I hope it enriches your life the way it has enriched ours. Have a great day. See you next week.